Greetings, humanity. I'm Jim. I use he, him pronouns. And I'm going to try to get a little work done, strangely. I was going to maybe do some world building. I was going to maybe do some city building with doing more stuff with City Skylines, but I have this place where I'm at this point in the project that I'm working on that I figured, you might want to see what I'm doing. So I'll go ahead and do some of that. This also is an excuse to try to get the work done. We'll see how that goes. In the meantime, if anyone feels free, turns up to say hi or what have you, feel free to ask questions or what have you, and I will endeavor to answer said questions. We shall see how it goes. So I'm actually going to just take since the music's going to be repeating on a loop, I don't necessarily need to hear it the whole time, but I might put the headphones back on if I feel the desire to listen to them for a bit. Never know. But I wanted to just kind of try doing it in this format and see if that helps motivate me a little bit. Because the point I'm at is one that is a little odd and tedious for me sometimes, but also though is one that I thought might be interesting to show because you get to look at a bunch of different cards. So I thought, I'll give that a try. We'll see kind of where that lands. I'm going to put these back on. I feel as though having the music might help my brain a little bit. We'll see how it goes. We try to subtly work on this. So, let's see. I've got GNU image manipulation. I have GIMP ready, which I will need for calling up the images. I have a program called Cyan, which I've been using to convert images, and I am currently using Scribus, depending on which side of the room you're standing, to actually get the images into this PDF that I'm going to send when I put this out for print on demand. At least that's the plan currently. The 1 year hence deck is pretty big. We're not even down to the questions yet. This is so for anyone who doesn't know what this is a Descended from the Queen game that I've been working on for several years now, putting together. It's sort of based on the mechanics of For the Queen, so you go around answering questions on these cards with your fellow players, and through that you develop the story of what's happening and your characters. And in this case, you're all in this game. You've all been challenged by the Green Knight, and you are expected to go and visit the Green Knight again in a year at the Green Chapel. He challenged you cut off his head or did or otherwise seemed to kill him. Then he immediately came back to life, and so you go to challenge so they challenge you. You then have to answer the challenge by having done that in 1 year's time. Go and meet your fate, because he gets a single shot at you. So that's the basic premise of the game. You just find out it's a sort of very story building game where you sort of figure out things about the characters and their lives. These are going to be up front. These are credits. I'll be showing that for everyone who kind of helped me playtest, and I got most of the images mostly from Pixabay, but then also from Unsplash, Clicker, OpenClipArt, and Wikimedia Commons under their different. They all have commercial use licenses that are free, and that's what I'm using. That's every image in this, and I don't under those licenses. I don't actually have to list the contributors, but I've gone ahead and done that anyway. But yeah, like the first card is is just the credits. It's just basically the little description here, the legal stuff, and the what I need to put to use the Descended from the Queen license, the logo license, and thanks to the folks who play tested. Thank you all. If anyone happens to be watching this at any point, and inspirations that I've had for this game, which includes obviously Sargoin and the Green Knight. I was inspired also by the Green Knight 2021 film, like a lot of folks were. Sword of the Valiant, which is a version of the story that came out in 1984 and is completely bonkers. It has Sean Connery in it as the Green Knight. It's not great, but it has a lot. There's a lot there to harvest if you want. There's a 1991 TV movie version that's pretty good, and then into the games for the Queen, obviously. One Last Fight, which is currently out of print, but it's I believe, but Ethan Hudgens made it. It's an interesting kind of thing where you do an entire D&D campaign in one evening. It's kind of fun. And the Green Knight, there's the A24, when they came out with the Green Knight film in 2021, had a tie-in game that I heard the concept for, and I was like, okay, there's some things in there that are inspiring me to do this other thing, basically. Because part of the premise of that one is that you're playing a group of people who have been challenged by the Green Knight. But it's a very different game otherwise. And The Quiet Year by Avery Elder also had a little bit of an influence because we have seasons, and that was part of what sort of made me think about the idea of seasons cards. But the fonts also, basically I've got commercial font licenses for all the fonts used in this, and so I've listed those, basically all the different fonts used here. I'm just doing my due diligence. So this is currently what we're looking at for the instruction cards. I will say these cards, by the way, are a little bit bigger than the final cards, because this is the file they want me to send for print on demand. Now, the way that print on demand, these are going to be tarot-sized cards, and the way that print on demand works, it for this particular company that I'm going to send it to, I'm going to send it to Drive Through Cards, but because they have the best price point for this. It's going to be a very large deck of cards I'm doing here, though. But these are 3x5, so there's some extra space around that does not appear on the card itself. So I've created just a bleed out to the edges of the card so that there's enough space for it. And if I can, I'll try and show an image of one of these other cards. There's an insect here I must destroy. Ah, that's done. Excellent. Good. Anyway, tiny insects flittering about. Let me go ahead and go there. No, not Twitch. Projects. You see, I'm going to move my project files up here because I have too many strange and confusing things in there, and I don't know how much I want to release to the public right now. Because a lot of stuff is just in the concept phase. But let me see if I can grab an image of like the instruction card back, just to show you the difference of what I'm talking about here. There are a couple of differences. In fact, version 0.5 is what I want. So this, you can see, this is the JPEG version of the file, and it's, it looks very similar. This one does, at least. Wait till we get to the Touchstones. That's what we're working on right now. And I'll show you there's going to be a more marked difference. I might... Well, we'll see. There may be a subtle difference here. I'm not so sure. This looks damn near identical, if not identical. The main difference is I've taken this image and I've converted it to an image like this. The thing I was going to show you is that this, while I have it, currently you can see it is bigger. You can see this gives a little more headroom and room below, room all around. You can see, so that's the slight difference there. It's sort of what I mean by they're sort of created a bleed, because this is really all that the card is. But just depending on where they cut when they print this thing, this I did because that way there's not going to be like a weird sort of white border accidentally around anything, that kind of thing. At least that's the plan. We shall determine the reality at some point. Let me move over here. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, that's currently sort of what we're looking at for that. In any case, so these are the instruction cards that you get at the beginning of any Descended from the Queen game, typically. I say any, I haven't looked at all of them. There are many. There are many out there. Not a lot that you tend to hear about other than from... not a lot that I've heard about other than from just the circles of people that I'm in who have published them. Like, say, for example, I mentioned Ethan, and then also, because I know Ethan a bit. And Prax, D, Deirdre Donlan, has also produced several Descended from the Queen games, and I actually recorded a couple of interviews about that folks might have seen on and Hearing Breaks in some of the TTRPGs that we play. But anyway, now we get to the Seasons cards, which I should explain. When I say Seasons, it's like you've got prompt cards, but then you also have a special sort of season card that I use for this. And this is the new design for the season card that I went ahead and I just made pictures, because the thing about it is every card that's like this that has a picture on it, then it means that it's an easier shorthand than explaining it the way that I had to before. Because it's like, if you see the picture on the card, that means everyone answers that question, basically. And so anytime the season turns, then everyone answers the question on the card. And that sort of just affects the flavor of things, the flavor of the season. I don't have one for spring, because that spring is where the game starts. And so you don't really... You've already been doing a lot of brainstorming at that point to just bring your kingdom and the knight and your situation together a bit, and so I don't think you need it for spring, but I have it for summer and autumn and winter. And now we come to the Touchstone cards, which is what I have started working on at this point. I had a heck of a time trying to format the back of the Touchstone card for this, because I have to convert it from I don't know how technical we would like me to get here, but I had to convert it from RGB to CMYK is the type of file. So the original Touchstone card backing, I just had a devil of a time trying to figure it out. And so, like, when I did it, see, this is just basically what it's going to look like. This is pretty much what it's going to look like now. Let me take a look here and see if I did anything any different. No, that's something else. So that's what it's going to look like now. But to give you an idea of what it did look like, it did look like this. And this, again, this is the standard a little bit less than 3x5. This is 3x5, so again, the borders are a little wider here with the bleed. So I did this, and let me see if I still have that preview file that showed the comparison from when I converted it to CMYK. For anyone who is not familiar with these terms I'm throwing around, RGB means red, green, blue. Those are sort of in visual design. Those are the colors, and also, you know, when you're dealing with monitors and what have you, the primary colors. And then you have a design standard where the main colors you're working with are cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Is that what that is? It's been so long. Cyan, magenta, yellow, and key, black. Excellent. And the key color is black. Okay. In general, it seems like the CMYK format has, because it's more specifically for printing, has not quite as wide a range as the more, you know, the RGB does, which is more sort of in the digital realm. That's my understanding of it anyway. I just learned, it's like I knew about the different formats for a very long time, for decades, but I've only just recently learned more about their significance. So it was odd. So like, for example, when I did the spring card, when I converted it, this one's not that different from this one. This one, it's maybe slightly less vibrant, but it's also, it's certainly decent enough for what we want. The thing is, for the way the Touchstones card originally came out, let me see if yeah, here we are. This is the way it originally came out. And this is incredibly strange and drab to me, the way this looks. When I just did a direct conversion from this one to this one, and so it was unforgivable to my mind. But I was able to work out a little more of a compromise with this version, which is what you see here. So it'll be looking more like this. This one, I might just keep it as looking kind of like this, just for consistency's sake, for the base game also, for the digital version of the game. Because, I mean, I like the pretty vibrant purple, but at the same time, this is good. It works. I don't know. What do you think? If you have any thoughts, let me know. But in the meantime, we're gonna go through the cards, and so you're gonna get to see the Touchstone cards as they are currently. You may recall I did a stream a while back. I don't know how long ago, but it was probably more than a year ago, when I was picking out Touchstone images from what I had available. I have since gone through for every image to figure out the whether the image I was using had a free for commercial use policy attached to it or not. And for the ones that didn't, I replaced those images, and that was, as it turned out, most of them, because I was grabbing them from a site where it was like free for personal use, but not for commercial use. So these are now all images that have been cleared for commercial use, from according to the site licenses, the different sites that have them. So we should be good at this point. And so we're starting off, of course, with the Scaled Beast. Do I have this? No, full resolution, damn you. I'm trying to do preview for all of these. There's a setting in here I haven't figured out how to use yet that lets you automatically drop a card and show it at full preview. But right now it's a little fuzzy until I enhance it. But we're at the Scaled Beast, the Swarm, and the Flight. These are the 3 Touchstone cards that I've managed to drop into this so far, and that's it so far. I need to do the rest. So that's what we're going to be doing now. The function of Touchstone cards in the game, if you would like to know about that, just basically, is just to provide inspiration for things. You have these little images and maybe like a word or two attached to kind of just work as a prompt for you if you're trying to come up with something. I have folks do it at the beginning to come up with ideas for their characters and for how they want to depict the Green Knight. And then also for their kingdom. And then periodically throughout the game, if you like, you can always flip over a Touchstone card if you feel like you are stuck on the answer to a question, like you really want to answer the question, but you're not sure how to answer. You draw a Touchstone card, and that'll give you a prompt that maybe you can bounce off of. And if you don't like the one you drew, you can always draw another one. But that was the third one, so that's card number 3, Touchstone card number 3. There are 46 of these, which we will now get to go through and apply here. So let me just get to the right place, and I'm going to bring that down here. And you'll see the multi-tiered process that I am going through to get these ready, because I have to convert these to TIFF file format. First of all, that was the Flight, and next is the Tome. That's okay, and these are all just the 3x5 versions of these cards. So again, a little bit bigger than they're going to be in reality, or when they're printed, because the edges will get cut off. But here, let me open this up. So here we have the Tome. And the first thing I have to do anytime I do this is to delete anything extraneous. That's not actually going to be showing up. And then I have to create a layer group to put all of these in so that these all show up. I'm battling against the way TIFFs work, because they work to let you see layers. But when I drop them into this program, it does not do that. So, I have yet to learn. I only just picked up Screebus a very short period of time ago, so I'm still figuring it out. I'm still learning everything. But I have been working on this game for years, and I need to get the thing out the door. I really do. So, this is just basically me sorting out how to make this work. Here, I've been covering up what I'm doing. I created a layer group to put these remaining layers in so that this will work. And so we save, because I'm doing this as a new version. And then we export it not as a JPEG but as a TIFF file, because that's the necessary file format to convert it. GIMP by itself, this stable version of GIMP does not have CMYK compatibility. So right now, there is a developmental version of GIMP that they're still sort of testing. So I export that. But wait, there's more. I'm going to go ahead and refresh so that it shows up. See, there's the Tome TIFF file. And then we have a program called Cyan that is supposed to be able to be something that is used as a plugin for GIMP. I have not actually gotten it to work very well doing that yet. I mean, it shows up here, but import and export images, but I have not had any success in using it that way. However, I have had success doing it this way, so this is what we're doing. So I bring it over here. I've got the RGB and CMYK settings prepared. And then it's, input, it reads, it's a GIMP built-in sRGB, and the output will be in ISO coded version 2 built-in. This is the same standard I'm using for CMYK. You can see it makes the colors a little weird in this program. But we then save it, and we go to 402 tome, and the space cmyk.tiff, so that way, and I'm going to just copy and paste that because I'm going to be typing that in here a lot. So you can see the cards that are coming up. Let's see that is the image is saved. And now CMYK shows up here, and we can now drop it into the PDF. And thankfully I think I've got snapping on. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set that full resolution. Let me just double check the setup. Nope, we're in the right space. It was a little weird when the snapping happened because it looked like I was sitting it to the right, but it's not. It's right there. Okay, good. And we go into the next one, and that's what I'm going to be doing for the next bit. The next bit of time. Just so you're aware. So this is when we begin more co-working, essentially. What do we have next? We have the arrow. Which for some reason is listed as the bull. Did I not fix that? Is that a... arrow? Hang on. Hang on. Well, let's fix that then, shall we? This is the arrow. There we go. I am concerned. Save over that. I was too eager to, I probably started typing the next one and saved it without thinking about it. That is likely what was happening there. So everything's in the same layer group, so it won't go weird on me. And this is 502, which I am now exporting as a TIFF file, and it's picking up on it, which is good. 502. Grab cyan. The arrow. Convert and save it. There we are. And if ever we're unsure of ourselves, we can open it up just to check, and this looks pretty good. It's going to look very similar. It's going to look very similar to the original. Maybe just a hair darker, but I like how these are coming out when I convert them to CMYK, so that's good. Let me put that there. And we're good. And we just keep going. To the end of time. That was 502. This is going to be 601, the bull. This is the actual bull. Did I jump the gun on this? I might have. I might have jumped the gun on... Hang on. Get off of that. There we go. No, I did not. Okay, good. For a moment, I thought I ended it with CMYK. You do this enough, everything starts to blur together. I gotta tell you. You got the coins, had to replace the coin images a little bit. I think. I had to replace most of these. I think it's like I'm seeing 3x5 and that's what's throwing me off. You see that and I keep thinking, wait, which one are we talking about? Let me close those windows. I don't need those open right now. Coins. There we go. Did I just... See, sometimes I ADHD myself, so I have to go back and double check to make sure I'm not either repeating something or skipping something. Coins, CMYK, that's the one we want. There we go. remember this one taking a little while to find, or to get how I wanted it. Compass. See, sometimes I skip a step and I don't think about it. I tried to load the wrong file in. Here we go. There we are. Yeah, that's because JPEGs don't work directly in this program. It has to be a TIFF file. Cause layers, I guess. Okay, that is saved. Why aren't these cards in alphabetical order, Jim? I'm glad you asked. That's because they had different names when I started. And I just kept them in the same spot as best I could. Then some cards got replaced with other cards, and these things happen. It is just after 6. This day, Friday? Yes. Okay. I'm losing track of time. Only several million more of these to go. I don't know if I've got the hang of this co-working thing. We'll see. The vessel. This one took a while because it was hard to find. I ended up settling for this. This is actually, I believe, a historic image that's in the public domain. I think it is. Don't quote me on that. But I believe it is. And it was just, I had a devil of a time trying to find. In the previous iteration of these cards, the vessel was more sort of grail shaped, and you had something that was a little more like, it could imply the Holy Grail or something else. And I had a devil of a time finding a decent looking image of a cup that I thought would look good in black and white. And with down to just 2 colors, no shades of gray or anything. And I think everything I could find when I was changing over to the completely free images was just not quite what I wanted. And so I ended up going with this because this wasn't exactly what I wanted, but it was better than the alternatives. So here we are. Maybe if another edition ever happens and I have money, maybe something will happen and there will be art. I don't know. But let's not worry about that. That is a dream of perhaps an alternate universe. We'll see. Let us not assume. All right. Let us not be presumptuous. Okay. You and you. Vessel, here we go. Oh, because these are vertical and these are horizontal. Okay. The vessel. Make. There we go. Next. A horned critter. Not quite as cool as the one that I had before, but it'll do. Oh, just went blank for a moment. Ever have one of those moments when you just sort of sit there and you fall asleep for a split second? Happens to me occasionally. Wait, what? Okay, there it is. Oh, good God. Yep, that's what it is. All right. We are saving it now. See? Don't get old, folks. Stuff like this starts happening. Start losing cohesion. Forget what you were doing a second ago. How long was I out? Doesn't look like I was out very long. We good? Yeah, that looks alright. And the vessel. Okay, good. Okay. And next we have the desert. This is going to come down to, just I can tell already, this is going to come down to me sitting there watching and figuring out, wait, what takes the least amount of keystrokes? Okay, that's the desert. It's really, I think, a question of getting into a rhythm with it, and then you make fewer mistakes. Here we go. Dragon. Slightly different dragon from the one I had before. Need to check through here real quick. These are all O1s. Okay. Now that will help. My file naming system is meant to help me to figure out what I do not have yet. Okay. Reagan. There we go. And then we find the dragon here. And we do that. And then we do this. Let's see, the flame. Very Boy Scout looking. Imagine seeing this on a Boy Scout propaganda site. I think this has been used on a Boy Scout propaganda site. As again, it's open to the public, so there are other sites that you'll see using these. At that time of the day when I shouldn't, before the evening kicks in, where I shouldn't close my eyes for too long, or I will drift off. Have you thought about sleeping, Jim? Goodness no, that never occurred to me. Except always. Let's see. Another thing we can file under. Getting old. Not fun. Not always fun. Okay. Save it. 1302, there we go. Yeah. Okay. There we go. If I want to keep going, I'm probably gonna need to get up and stretch for a minute soon. Which is, you know, not a terrible idea. Fish! Sea greens! Kelp and plankton from the sea. No. I don't know the line. I am long past the time of renewal. So Logan's Run quotes will not help me now. Protein and plankton from the sea. And sometimes just anything to keep your brain working, you know? Alright. Where are we? The Depths, that's the name of this card. There we go. Let's see. Thing I always have to watch for is if you do this enough, you don't want to accidentally skip a step. I keep double checking to make sure I'm doing the stuff I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. Good. Ah. Okay. We have a rose next. Yeah, this one was pretty. Ah, we've already got a layer group. Which is good because we will use that in a moment. It's 1502. And next we have the gate. I don't know why this is kind of one of my favorites. Probably because it could be a dimensional gate. That's probably what it is. We do enjoy a good dimensional gate. Or proper portal fantasy and or isekai, depending on which side of the continent you're standing. Let's see. Which side of the room you're standing if the house happens to be located in the right place. Anyway. Never mind me, just rambling. Gate. There we go. My plan is to take a break when I hit number 23. Heavens help me. Ah. The hammer. Okay. Hammer here. And save. Well, it happened again. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to just delight in going back and watching this and seeing the moments where, let's see, at about a little before an hour 6 is when this last one happened. Let me see if I'm going to go back and look and see what it looks like. so that I can be properly horrified. You have now what I'm calling the liar. Here's the thing, they require it in CMYK, so make sure we're good. Okay. Get saved. Head back down. Liar. There we go. And we drop it in. There we go. We have the heart. Find it here. There we are. All right. Okay, there we go. All right. We made it to 20. That is good. We're close to me being able to stop. Yeah. You find the hoss. There is the hoss. hello. Greetings, NPC. How's it going? Trying to get myself to do it, to motivate myself to do a little work here. Working on the this game that I put together that I've been working on for the last several years. I'm trying to finally get it to the point that I'm. This is for the print-on-demand version. They wanted a PDF with this format, and so I'm putting it together. You're working and lurking? Cool, excellent. I am actually going to be taking a break shortly because I'm going to need to stand up and try to do that thing that keeps me from falling asleep when I am working on things. But let me see. You're at the island, and just basically previewing the different cards that are in this game that currently. Okay. Touchstone cards. We save that. And we have that happen. And we open Cyan, and then we go down here. And then we realize that we curse at ourselves in abject despair, knowing that we forgot to refresh the screen so that the file would show up where I wanted it to show up. There it is. Okay. And there that is. This is the CMYK version. We save it. And then we find it here, which usually this one auto updates for some reason when I save it. But that other program likes me better than the one I use most. It's very sad. Why does GIMP treat me so? Alright, the island. And so we're down to the dagger. And we gotta pull everything into the same layer group so that we can actually export it as the correct file format and still have it be readable. There it is. Dagger. And refresh. Go down and find the dagger. There it is. Bring it in here. Convert, save. This better be the way this works, I gotta tell you. This had better be working. As if this comes out poorly when I finally send this in to the folks to print it, I shall be very perturbed. Okay. Wait. Where are we? There we are. Dagger. There we go. I've not actually brought it out here yet. There we go. Island, dagger. Good. And card number 23. The Lion. Number 23, the Lion. It's the same kind that one sees on a number of coat of arms. Same idea, anyway. It's its own drawing, but that one's set up. Go to Scion. Refresh. Refresh, go down to the Lion. Find the Lion! There it is. Move it in here. Invert it. And save it. And that goes there. Okay. We're halfway there with the Touchstones. I am going to step away for a moment so that I can exist as though human. Briefly. But I shall return. And we'll see if I can tackle the other. See, we're an hour 18 in. I gotta. It's about a little after 6:30 here. I've got some time. I just am like. All right, now we're gonna get this done. We're gonna do this. But I shall need a few moments to move the weary bones, and I shall be back momentarily. I'll see you shortly. I have returned. And, go ahead and see if we can tackle the rest of these. Heavens help us. Let's see. So we left off at the lion, number 23. And so we're going to do the next one. Is this calming? Is this calming for everyone? I hope everyone's having a good... Should I just do this as ASMR? Is that how we're doing? I hope everyone's having a good time. No, I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Dear Lord. Mask. Ah! Oh, it just comes up so big on the screen. Alright. Let's see. We delete the extraneous layers. I think I had to assemble this from a few different images because I wanted it to look a little bit different from the way that it was. Just the free image that I found, I wanted to shift it around a little bit. So I did. Okay. So we export to this one. Once again, bring up cyan. Wonder if... No, that won't work. Actually, refresh there. There we go. Lion mask. There we go. And we save. As a mask. And we bring it in. And adjust it so we can see it in its full glory. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Next on the agenda is the healer. Which I just used a medical symbol. That again I found on a free site, on a site for free images, free image creation of a medical symbol, because you want some sort of the ability for people to have healer archetypes or ideas. And I could come up with nothing better. At least not that fit the, I think most of the images that I found otherwise were just of, like, pictures of actual doctors. And it's like, no, let's not use a real person's face here. And, no, this is not a real person's face, in case you couldn't tell. No. I created it! Okay, there we go. Healer. Something weird happened a moment ago. Okay, here we go. There we are. Healer. And we convert it and save it. And there we go. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Next card is a meteor. Oh my god. I had so much trouble trying to figure this one out. I broke my own rules with this one because, as you can see, there's I didn't go completely just black and white. There are shades of gray in here. But I couldn't make this image work otherwise. I was grabbing it and changing it down to it was this. There were more colors in the image originally. It was the only one I could find that I could make work. And dear Lord, I think I made the tail shorter for this, so it's like I had to graft it back onto itself to make this work. I just remember laboring over this one for a while. But it's good because you end up with an image that differs much more from anything someone might find otherwise. So that helps. Meteor! A meteor! The moon. Are you werewolves in the audience right now? Here you go. Let's see. I seem to remember having to mess around with this one to get an image quite, like this as well. I can't remember. I think I turned it a bit. Okay. And we move here. Let's see. Just did that one. Mountain? Funny thing, this is in fact Everest. It's from a public domain image of Everest, I believe. And I also made some changes to it. But anyway. Well, it's either public domain or it was one of the free images. Either way, it's still the we cleared each and every image on the rights, so we're good with there. I just can't remember clearly anymore. I think it was a vector image. It was a free for commercial use vector image, but I can't remember which site I grabbed it off the top of my head. I have a log where I can look it up if I need to, because I wrote all of that down, but I do not carry the log in my head, alas. It is in a file. Mountain. Ah, thank goodness we're now at a point I can just scroll all the way to the bottom and get to where I need to go. Thread. Now, for a very long time, this card, and of course it's a completely different image now, but this card was called the Needle. And I can't remember what it was that made me decide to switch it to the Thread. Clearly, I think it was... I felt like I could get more out of the Thread. Like you could use that for... broader definitions, broader possible interpretations. Also, the connection to fate was a pretty neat one. The fates, the Norns, what have you. So I felt that was stronger with the Thread than the Needle. More to play with there. There you go. That's right. Okay. We're getting closer. We're up to image 30. The supplicant. This is very similar to the one that I had before, but I believe it is a new image. A lot of these are new images. Or different from the one in the previous iteration. All right. Video 2, supplicant. Ah. Okay. Yeah, this is easier if I keep in mind what number it is. That kind of helps when I scroll down. All right. I just realized. All right. And then we have the vermin. Or the varmint, depending on which side of the room you're standing. I really badly wanted to call this the varmint, but I restrained myself. Varmint. Okay. Because this is not necessarily a Western. It is more of an Arthurian legend thing. Though there are Arthurian Westerns these days. But, or Western Arthurian stories. Hard to say. I was also reminded of Deadlands with their source book, Rascals, Varmints, and Critters, which was basically their monster manual. And so we have that. And then, of course, there's Yosemite Sam, but of course that goes without saying. Let's see. Min. I pondered for a long time whether to use a transparent rat, a transparent image, like this image, this transparent image where it just shows the outlines, or a solid rat where it was all blacked in. And the thing is, with the solid images of the rats that I could find, couldn't really make out as much detail as I wanted, so we went with this one. In any case, I need to place this rat into the document. Where it rightfully belongs. Okay, 32, The Rock. Not to be mistaken for the movie about Alcatraz, or indeed the celebrity. Okay. Because it was very difficult to show the element of Earth in this format. I had a lot of trouble figuring out just conceptually how to do it. And so we have the rock. The flow of oxygen. Okay. Shield. Shield. Okay. That's number 33. we're getting there. Le voyage. Voyage. Let me grab a slightly different ship for that one. It is funny. But if you go back and you look at the two actual plays that I did on this channel of this game, you can see two different versions of the Touchstones, because I had the I was still swapping them out. I was still in the process of swapping the images out, so you can see some of the older images in the first AP, and then in the second AP, it's got the new images. Okay. This is what, 34? 34. Good. And we have the tomb, which is just the image of a skull. That again is a new image. It's similar to the one that I had before, but one I could legally use. Okay. Yeah, I thought something felt weird there. Okay, yeah, it's down at the bottom. Because I did not refresh the screen. That's okay. There we go. All right. I do not know if you can hear the howling animal down below. It doesn't look like the mic is picking it up, but there is my neighbor's hound is once again forlorn, it seems. Snack! I apologize. I should have said something ahead of time. Didn't think about that. A silhouette of a snake, the serpent. It'll be gone in a moment. This is image number 36. Where did it go? Did I close it? Might have closed it. Oh, lying down on the job. We need you, Cyan. Let's see. Serpent. Dude, that thing. I did that thing where I hit the button. I hit the button. I hit these other keys as I was hitting enter. I just need to panic. I was like, oh god! Did I change the file name? Doesn't look like I did. But one worries about these things sometimes. There is the serpent. There we go. Gold. We've only 10 left to go. Should be. Yep. We're getting there. I know I keep saying that, but we actually are getting there. Took a long time to find this snowflake. Alright. Put that there. It's representing the idea of the cold. Find number 37. Yes. That's weird. All right. Just the way alphabetization seems to work in there. Little odd, little odd. There we go. Gotta get it to snap too there. All right. The heavens. For those of you who would like to have your Arthurian story unfold in space, you can. I assembled this actually from a couple of different pictures, I think, or at least one other picture that was also on a free license. Anyway. Yep. Ye heavens. The heavens. Getting mighty close to it. The storm. This one, I don't know. I wasn't entirely happy with this one. This was the best I could do. Just assembling these clouds and lightning bolts. It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not unhappy with it. It's just I'm just sort of looking at him like, what I ended up needing to do to just basically arse to elbow some of these images into a reasonable looking thing. But I do not regret it. Storm. Lost track of it for a moment there. We have officially made it to the 40s. Different sun, obviously. Sun. Okay. The swamp. This one is actually, I think this card was the one that prompted me to realize that I needed to have words on the card also. Kind of give a tiny nudge of direction to just a little bit of the interpretation. Because it's hard to tell what this is. Just by itself. $41.02. Almost there. We're getting close to the end. Map 2. There it is. The swamp, and before that is the sun. Yes. Okay. All right. Ah, the sword. These little imperfections. Yeah. Alright. I'm only just noticing this now. It troubles me. It vexes me. I remember having a lot of trouble trying to get this together. There. At least that'll be the way it is for this one. I should fix the other one too. I'll do that in a moment. Yeah, I'll go ahead and go ahead and open the other one. That is the thing I did not notice. And have never noticed until now. Not sure what's going on there. But not to worry. We're good now. Becomes 4202. There we go. And that is a JPEG. Okay. Man, I hope they don't require these to be CMYK format on the other platforms that I want to do this on the digital platforms. I don't think that'll be a problem, but because we're not dealing with printing, but dear Lord. Okay. There we go. 4202, there we go. Lost myself for a moment there. Okay. Good. I sometimes have to scroll back up just to remind myself, just to double check, because I worry that I accidentally did not do a thing. I worry that I did not put the other image, the previous image, where it was supposed to be. But I did, in most cases. Okay. Now 43 is a tree. I remember taking a little while to select this particular tree. something that reminds me a little bit of the Tolkien tree, but it's a different tree. The Tolkien tree. Which one? That symbol, that house symbol. Which represented, I think, an actual tree that was growing. I don't remember that. I don't remember clearly. But those of you who are into Tolkien and are now screaming at the monitor, either live or later on YouTube, I'm sure you have the correct answer. It just is not coming to mind for me right now. But I don't need it because I'm almost done here. I don't need to know right now. I will find out later. At least that's what I'm telling myself. Don't look it up, Jim. Just keep working. It needs to be a TIFF. Yeah. There we go. Refreshing doesn't really matter quite so much at this point, but since we got to scroll down to the bottom anyway. The tree. The tree. Okay. The volcano? This one too, I ended up having to use the right keys to adjust the size here. This one too, I ended up having to go with a little bit with shades of gray to make the cloud look decent, but it's not too terrible a sin, I think, for this picture. I'm not going too much into it. It's not that obviously different from the others. $44.02. Volcano. Okay. I'm actually pleased at how well these are turning out, or how close to the originals these are turning out. Because that was a problem with certain other cards. They did not turn out at all close to the original. Most thus far have gotten kind of close, but there have been issues. Like with this backing, this card backing was a royal pain to figure out. There we go. Two more to do, and then we will be done for now. Water. Just doing sort of very basic wavy symbol for water. Because it's hard to really depict in this format. I'm sure there are other ways, but like a waterfall or some such thing, but it's rough. It's rough. You have to, especially, when you're just looking, you're hunting among the royalty-free images. Free royalty-free images. What am I doing? Saving. But I think it came out pretty well, even with the limitations. Now the final touchstone. Whoop. I may have missed one. I may have missed one. Heavens help us. I may have missed one. As we see there. I put that in place. I'm going to have to go back and check. I'll go ahead and do this one, but I shall have to check. It is entirely possible that going through this that you accidentally skip a step. Wolf! Go ahead and get this wolf squared away. And then I shall go back and see if there's one that I missed. Or if I just added one too many backing cards. But it is good to know that if I did miss one, that I only missed one. We'll see. I mean, refreshing here is practically meaningless, but I shall do it anyway. Okay. Wolf. Goes on the end here. Converted, we bring it over. There it is. Okay. Now, let me figure out what, if anything, goes here. We're going to have to cross-check. I shall determine if there is one missing. Alright, here we go. Let me drag out my notes here. I'm gonna make it just these right now. I'm not distracted with other versions. This is version 0.5. Okay. Scaled Beast, Swarm, the Flight, the Tome, the Arrow, the Bull, Coins, the Compass, the Vessel, the Horned Creature, the Desert, the Dragon, the Flame, the Depths, the Rose, the Gate, the Hammer, the Lyre, the Heart, the Horse, the Island for 22. This has all been 1, 0, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 is the Dagger. 23 is the Lion. 24 is the Mask. 25 is the Healer. 26 is the meteor. 27 is the moon. 28 is the mountain. 29 is the thread. 30 is the supplicant. 31 is the vermin. 32 is the rock. 33 is the shield. 34 is the voyage. 35 is the tomb. 36 is the serpent. 37 is the cold. 38 is the heavens. Ah, there it is! I missed the heavens. I skipped over the heavens, went right to the storm. Okay, so we have the storm, the sun, the swamp, the sword, the tree, the volcano, the water, and the wolf. Okay. So it's just the heavens that I missed. So let's get that fixed. So dragging the wolf down there. Dragging the water down here. Pulling the volcano down here. Thank goodness it's not that many from the end. Moving the tree down here. Moving the sword. Moving the swamp. Very thankful I can move these around like this. Moving the sun. I am moving the sun! I have decided I do not like its position in the sky. I am moving it further down. And the storm. Okay. As the storm comes after the heavens. Okay. The storm goes here. Let's see how far we got with the heavens before I was distracted. Apparently I've got the CMYK image, so I almost made it. I just didn't put it here. So let's do that. All right, the heavens are now in place. We can stop panicking now. We have a sky again. Yay! Okay, the touchstones are done. Yay! Cool, cool, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the next set of cards, just so that, or rather, when I say set up the set of it, I just want to put one here so that I like to, when I finish a session of doing this, I like to put just start the next one just a tiny bit, just have it ready so that I can have it there in front of me, so my brain doesn't take it like 10 or 20 minutes trying to sort of wander around figuring out what I'm doing. Probably not that long, but you never know. Hopefully not that long. So I'm going to go ahead and do the conversion with the, actually I might not need to. Actually, no, I do, the 3x5 version. I think I only converted the regular one. Let's see. So after touchstones come the prompts. So it's not what I need. I need the card backs. There we go. So prompts: spring, spring, summer, autumn, winter. Okay. There are 2 2s here. Did not get rid of all extraneous things. Okay. So, here we are. 1 year hence. As I said before, this one wasn't too big a deal as far as the, switching over, but it looks a little different, but not too different. When we do what we need to do. Okay. There we go. We can get rid of the wolf. There we go. All right. We'll save this as our next iteration of the spring card back. We will export it as a TIFF file. Refresh. Prompt spring. There we are. Open this. Put this in here in Cyan. Which do that, which makes it look dramatically different within the program. But wait. Card backs. Version 0.5, the 3x5s. This is the CMYK version. And if you'll note, it's not that different. It's a little different. It's a little faded. I might want to tinker with this. Because, I was fine with it at first, but after messing with the back of the Touchstone cards so much to try to get it to come out differently. This could do. I wonder if there's something I could do to make it a little easier. I'm gonna go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'll put this here, but that's not bad. If you look at it by itself. You don't sit there comparing it. This by itself isn't too bad. We might be fine. Yeah, look at that. Look at that! I think it's probably cool. I think it's probably alright. But either way, that's a future me problem. I am saving the file. There we are. I will no longer have to worry about any of this right now. We shall come to it another time. The next time I have decided I'm doing a work day. Okay, excellent. Excellent, excellent. So I thank you all very much for watching, for coming and hanging out with me whilst I try to do kind of a semi-chill work stream, and try to figure out just sort of how to just keep prodding myself forward to try to finish this project. I really want to finish this project, but yeah, I just have to put in now just the seasonal prompts, just the different prompts, the from the 4 seasons, and that'll be it. And that's another 46 cards, but at least those are split up into 4 parts, so that'll be maybe a little easier on me. But soon I'll have a file ready to send them, and we'll see what happens. This is the first time I've ever done this, so we'll see how it goes. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Wishing you luck. Thanks. I'll see what happens. I'm not using the program they recommend for making PDFs, because those require monies that I may not have access to currently. So that I cannot set aside for that. So we'll see how things go. But yeah. If worse comes to worse, I may break down and buy the cheaper of the two programs they suggest if I have to do it over. But right now, I'm following their instructions as closely as I can. They wanted it specifically in that, set up that way, the way that I'm setting it up. So let's hope it goes well. I can't wait. I want to get this done and send it to them and just get a sample copy out so that I can have it in my hands and see what it looks like. That's going to be cool. That's going to be very cool. But in the meantime, let's see. Today is Friday. On Sunday, once again, we're going to take a stab at playing Alas for the Angry Void that afternoon. If we have enough folks to do it. If we have at least a couple of folks to move the needle forward, we will attempt to do so. So let's see. That's Sunday. And then... not a lot planned otherwise. Again, right now, just there a lot of stuff happening in the background. I'm right now on this channel. I'm just playing video games mostly, City Skylines and Age of Empires and Shadowrun Returns. So you'll probably see me doing that soon, before too long. Both soon and before too long. Anyway. So we'll be doing that. I am going to be in July running a game, a two-session game over on Lost Caravan. It'll be remember how I tried to get to do some sessions of some one-shots over here of the Gothic Century setting for Monster of the Week. Well, I tried to assemble that, and there were a lot of scheduling issues that eventually, for the most part, we overcame. But with all of the stuff I had going on, I decided, no, I'm just running this off stream. And it's probably a good thing that I did, because I learned that it is very difficult to run a PBTA game, for me, in less than 2 sessions. So... this one I'm running on stream, but it'll be over on Lost Caravan, and it'll be one of the scenarios I threw together and ran off stream, but it's going to be 2 sessions, and so we'll see how that goes. I'm also going to be making 2 other appearances over on Lost Caravan next month in a couple of one-shots over there. So I will talk more about that when we get closer to it, but that's going to be starting around the 2nd week or so in July, so look forward to that. In the meantime, that's all I got. Thank you all very much, folks, for hanging out and indulging me as I sat here, just basically converting file formats, converting image files. But I enjoyed having the ability to do it with folks, because I needed to motivate myself, and streaming was one way to do that. So thank you all very much. Take care, and I will see you all of a sudden.